Welcome back to the Long Island Sports Network, and welcome back to the Middle Country Cougars. They're back here at the varsity level as they start the 24-25 season, back at the top echelon of the Suffolk County High School Hockey League, taking on one of the perennial best in the Sachem Warriors. Live on the LI Sports Network, my name is Ian Benke, and this is the final of the three-game slate here on this sheet of ice at the rinks in Hauppauge, New York, as the Middle Country Cougars trying to probably rock the boat and get a win over the Sachem Warriors to start off their 20-24-25 campaign. The Cougars jumping up from the JV level last year, where they finished an even 10-10 and got the 8th seed in the regular season, earning a playoff berth. And they return a good chunk of those players now having that experience under their belt. They're coming up here to the varsity level, trying to make some strides and try to compete for a playoff spot. Meanwhile, the Sachem Warriors, one of the hottest teams in the league to start off last season. They were among the last undefeated teams in the regular season, competing with East Islip for that title, but then had some struggles down the stretch, some injuries, some issues there led to the team playing shorthanded for certain games, and it was a disappointing end of the season. They finished 4th to end the campaign, going 13-5-1, then lost in the quarterfinals to Smithtown. Well, that was a loss that aged well. Of course, Smithtown Hauppauge going on to win the county championship. They still wanted to at least get that win in the quarterfinals and get that trip to the state title, the state championships. But it was not to be for Sachem, and they're looking to re-rack, reset, and try to bring a strong squad here to have some returning players, have some JV call-ups as well, to try to make an impact here this season. Look at the goaltending matchup here, and we'll confirm it for Middle Country, but it seems like it's Andrew Martins that's getting the start. He got most of the starts last season at the JV level, 11 starts, 15 games played, ended up going 7-5 with a GAA right around 4.5, and he is the senior with the most experience over his goalie tandem partner, the junior, Kenny Bridgeford Jr. Meanwhile, it's Scott Loeb getting the start here for the Sachem Warriors. He's a senior, and he got the start over Michael DiGirolamo, who is returning an all-star last season and a junior. But you look at what Loeb did this past season, got 6 starts, didn't start a whole ton behind DiGirolamo, but he went 6-0 with a GAA below 2. So you figure that he's going to have maybe more success this season, and I might see a little bit of a rotating of the goaltenders as the season goes on. But to start things off, it is Loeb starting against the Cougars. Get some final instructions from the head coaches, and then puck drop between the Cougars and Warriors when we come back on the Long Island Sports Network. After some discussions on the bench for Middle Country, it is Kenny Bridgeford Jr. that gets the start. So the 9-game veteran from last season, the junior, gets the start after going 3-5 in the last campaign at the JV level. He starts it off in goal for Middle Country. Their return to the varsity level, the road blues for Middle Country, the home golds for Sachem. And the first shot belongs to Middle Country, sticked aside by the goaltender Loeb to start things off. Settled down by Chase Saunders up the left side. The Warriors organize a rush. Sachem chased it in deep with James Drago. Drago holds up there along the half wall, gives up top. Looking for Elaine Pergolizzi. His shot sent on target off the pad of Bridgeford in goal. Now back to Drago near side. He directs to the far. Saunders looking for some space. Gives it up to Drago. He takes the slot. Drago, as his momentum was taking him away from net, fires one on. Bridgeford makes the stop. These early shifts are going to be key for Middle Country, just trying to get stuck in. A lot of these guys, pretty much all of these guys, their first experience playing at the varsity level. They're going to notice how much quicker, how much more physical it is than playing JV, even though they are facing a lot of the guys that they might have played at the JV level on Sachem. A lot of these guys getting the promotion after Sachem had a very strong season last year. Sachem also brought up some players from the freshman level. That big jump after the freshman Warriors made a run all the way to the championship game. Physical play on the near side boards. Nikki Rest laying the body. Play continues here as it trickles away. That's Dylan Monkwitz playing with it in his own end, looking to move forward. Monkwitz forced into a turnover there. Good play by Kalber. Cameron Kalber moving in. Kalber tries a shot and he scores. Found some room up top on Bridgeford and he makes him pay. Kalber strikes first. And Kalber, again, there was another instance, we've seen it so many times tonight, where the playmakers make it happen themselves. From the neutral zone, just straight up beat Sal Riccio on the near side. And as he did, he found a lot of space up top on Bridgeford. The goaltender a little bit shorter in stature. And able to find the top shelf to make it 1-0 Sachem. On the near side, Pesci unable to deny that one on the near side in neutral ice. So it's picked up in the neutral zone by Catapano, and he's quickly shoved down, but the puck is forced in deep by Andrew. Pinned in near side. Directed away by Sachem. They move forward with Pergolizzi. Pergolizzi on the centering pass, didn't work out. Trying to clear it away Schroeder. Schroeder unable to do it. A puck loose in front. Left there for a moment, but now Bridgeford able to cover on. Opendasano, the man they call Opie on the Sachem bench, is in there for the faceoff, able to win it, holds possession in. Justin Horman dropping back for a shot from the blue line. That was Tyler Alamia. He missed wide on the quick shot. Set back down the ice by Middle Country. Won't be icing, not enough juice on that shot. Horman able to touch it along. And Justin Horman is one of those players that moved up from the freshman team. Here's a pass in front. Nice save by Kenny Bridgeford, able to close up the pads on the back end. A little bit more on Horman. Scored 5 goals in the regular season from the blue line, but was strong defensively all year long, showing his ability as a two-way player. And that really shone through in the championship game, where he scored the overtime winner to allow Sachem to win the freshman title. And he skipped a level in his sophomore season playing with the varsity squad. Here's a shot at this end of the ice. That's smothered up by Scott Loeb, his first action in a bit, as it was led down the ice for an effort for the Middle Country Cougars. Tie up on the draw, possessed for a moment by Zach Atkinson on the near side, but then poked away from him and led down the ice by Tyler Lorett. Lorett walks in, snipes a shot. Nice reflex save from Kenny Bridgeford, just scooping it up as it bounced off of his pads and then trickled, trying to threaten down that far side post. Tie up on the face-off, possessed by Sachem. Shot off the draw, kick save, Bridgeford. Sent over to the far side corner, picked up there by Caden Marcus. Marcus feeds along to Drago, save, rebound, batted wide. Chase Saunders had a wide open net, but he couldn't get it on goal. Back at the point, Lorette tries a shot that's blocked, fed all the way down, picked up by Jared Catapano. Catapano trying to dangle through, he just lost out on the stick handle. Now taking down the ice to Saunders. Saunders rips and scores. Chase Saunders, the 30-goal scorer from the JV team last year, strikes for Sachem to make it 2-0. One of those instances from defense to offense, denying the rush at one end, and then in transition, Middle Country caught a little bit flat-footed, allowing Saunders to take this in all alone. A lot of space in there behind the defense. Didn't waste too much time, though. Just fired one quickly to double the Warriors' lead. It's now 2-0. Lango off the face-off win, passes to his D-line partner and pounded in. Sachem to it first here with Nicky Ress. Intercepted by Opedasano. Dom Opedasano sending to the far side. Nobody really there. So Sachem forced to reset in their own zone. No, turned over there after the miss on the pass. Franco, though, couldn't make the most of it. Opedasano drags through the defender's legs, but support arrives in time. And Sean McMillan bought a little bit of time for his defenders. Chance here for a Middle Country, but nobody there providing support in the middle. Puck turned over to Kalber. Cam Kalber cuts through middle. Cameron Kalber moves in. Looking for some help there. He lost the puck in the skates of a defender. Knocking it away was Thomas Granahan, but it stays in. Sachem swoop around. Opedasano fires a shot in front. Kalber got a piece of it on the redirect. He was all alone out in front, but a good stop. Rebound, they score. Slapped in front by Drago. 3-0 for Sachem. Came over to that far side, just drawing the attention away. That looked to be Kalber, pardon, on that one-timer. It was. Kalber snuck over in front. So it's Cameron Kalber with his second goal of the game already. 3-0 the lead for Sachem, and immediately they press for more. Alamia collapsing from the point, gets to that puck first. Chris Soriano on it now in the corner. Soriano looking to the middle, rips a shot, save, and Bridgeford able to cover his own rebound. Clean up shop here. They have given that goal to Drago for the moment. It looked like on replay that it was Kalber getting his second goal of the game. Caden Marcus given credit for the second goal. Sachem will take it either way. 3-0 the lead for the Warriors. Back behind his own net here is Anthony Pergolizzi, leading the rush forward. 2-on-2 come the Warriors. Soriano trying the top shot, but met by the glove of Bridgeford. Looking down this Sachem roster, got 3 sophomores with you. Three sophomores on this Sachem roster shows the youth movement for this Warriors team. Comes back behind the goal. Sachem with it now, trying to get it to Wilson. Able to hold it in there on the near side for a moment, but it's called down for offside here as the Warriors try to push it back in. Working up the far side here, the Declan Monkwitz trying to clear it out, no luck. Sent back along into the corner for Sachem. Big check along the boards. That gets the Middle Country bench roaring. They try to work that as an attack down the ice, but it's flipped back in. Picked up there by Monkwitz. Monkwitz looking for some help with Theo Durelis up the right wing. Nobody able to support him on that rush. Colliding to the boards was CJ Pena. And a delayed penalty coming up here after he was boarded. Loeb to the bench for Sachem. 6 attackers out there. Attempted move for Peyton Wilson was deflected. They reorganize here now with the 6th man off the bench. Streaking through center, here come the Warriors. Dicing inside, there's a shot. Caden Marcus had the effort, it was covered up. And now we get the penalty call. They go with a rough instead of a board, but either way, Sachem gets the first power play of the night. They win the face-off, comes back up top to Capiz. Alamia slaps a shot that hit traffic in front. Middle Country clearing it out of there. Nice, strong work by Nick Schroeder. Schroeder trying to work short-handed there, only did so much. But it is flipped to the far side by the Cougars. They can reset. Cougars able to apply some forechecking pressure here while short-handed. 30 seconds gone on the PK. Capiz able to move that in, past the check, moved out in front to Saunders. His deflection try goes wide. Swiped along on the far side boards, then pinned into the near side half wall. Capiz, nice dangle around. Joey Capiz looking for some space. Defender sprawls down there, Roman Franco. Franco able to force it back up top when it comes to Alamia. Saunders, over to Drago. Back to Joey Capiz. At the point, Capiz rips one. Looking for a tip, didn't get it. But good tracking either way by Bridgeford to hold on to it. Some good looks for Sachem on this power play. But the defense of Middle Country, for the large part, keeping them around the perimeter. Wandling, after the face-off win, directs to the far side point. Tyler Lorette. Lorette gives it off there. Back to Wandling, top side. Directed across. Trying to create some off-puck movement. Back to Tyler Lorette. Lorette gives up top, working inside, open to Sano. Back to Lorette. Didn't find anything on the back post. Now rips one and scores. Tyler Lorette lulled the defense to sleep. The power play goal makes it another one for Sachem. 4-0 now the score after Lorette really proved to be a Swiss Army knife on that power play. Went down low, went up high, but it was in the middle where he found his goal. Drew the defense away from the goal, gave himself some shooting room, and then sniped it on the near side corner. For Lorette, that is his first varsity goal. The junior got the call up from JV ahead of this season. Might want to save that puck after the game as TJ Pelio gets it in for Middle Country. Can't do anything to clear it out of there. Sachem pin it in. Pelio from behind his own goal tries the near side to clear. Langell able to get it back in. Nice kick save from Bridgeford. Directs it to the near side boards. Culberer sends it on as Culberer takes now behind the net, takes that position. Rest rips a shot. Nice glove save again from Kenny Bridgeford Jr. Face off to his left as we get play going again. 4-0 lead for Sachem. 5 minutes to go in this first period. Alamia sends around the boards. Picked up at the point now by Sachem. Long shot across, looking for the tip out in front. Pergolizzi was there. Didn't get the tip that he really wanted. Nice crunching check along the boards by Jared Catapano. Sends around the dasher, looking to the far side. From the point to it first, though, is Sachem. Capice shrugs off the check, chases it down in the corner. Joseph Wandling sends across, a nice save, rebound, back across, pivoting stop. Puck trickles off the outside of the post, and it stays alive for the Warriors. Back along on the near side, stick lift, holds it in the corner, another one. Double team board battle, pushing and shoving ensues. Finally kicked out of there by Chris Soriano for Sachem. But the pass back to the point a little bit too strong for Alameda to handle. It trickles back down the ice under 4 minutes to go. Chance for Middle Country to work here. Pesci tried that centering feed, nobody home. The speed pays off here, turned over. A shot from Pena misses wide. CJ Pena, a really good look. He made his money at the JV level off of converting on breakaways. He's just a sophomore, freshman season with the JV team for Sachem. Made a big impact there. Opadesano at the blue line. Opie takes down low. Hopes for a better opportunity. Dom Opadesano tying up the sticks, gets it back. Poke back to the point to Peyton Wilson. Wilson into the corner, it's scooped up there. Back to Opadesano. In the middle, nice move, Opadesano knocked down. Legal play there by the Middle Country defense. Now they've got numbers on the rush. Moving up the ice, here comes McMillan. Ryan McMillan tries one that just missed. Best look of the game for Middle Country so far. But it's one and done as it's moved down the ice by the Sachem offense. Not for long as Ian McGee picks it up. McGee dumps in, picks it up down low. Nice reverse check there, sends Peyton Wilson down to the ice as he tried to lay some punishment. Extended stick needed there of Loeb. The poke check denied an opportunity in close. Wilson slows the pace. Saucer feed looking for the trailer Opadesano. A collision right in the middle, no call. James Drago right behind the net. Sachem on the fly, changes skaters. Puck comes up top. Tyler Lorette. Already one goal today, but now hands off to Opadesano. Behind the goal, Drago. Drago looking out in front. The deflection try just missed. Comes back out up top to Lorette. Saunders tries to jam it in. Comes back out up top. Nice blocker save. Rebound batted down with a hand and covered up by the goaltender Bridgeford. If that one did cross the line, and likely would not have been a goal as it was swatted at by the Sachem attacker in Saunders. He's trying to plead his case, trying to keep the faceoff in the attacking zone. We await the call. The Sachem skaters, as are the Middle Country skaters, now heading out to neutral. That's where the faceoff will get play started again. Tie up on the draw, and possession belongs to Middle Country. Lucas McDowell with the face-off win. Puck dumped in, another extended stick of Loeb with the poke check. However, that time it a little bit costly as it forced the stick out of his defender's hands. Skroder couldn't cause any movement there at the middle. But it's held in here. Bouncing puck only for a moment. Now Drago moves forward. Nice cut in by Drago. Passes back along. Blocker save from Bridgeford. Took that opportunity away from the Sachem Warriors. A chance to score again. Langell, he sent one towards the goal. Langell's effort was deflected, but it stays in the slot and they score. Another one batted in by Sachem. They lead this one 5-0 in the first. The opportunity from Langell set that all up. The deflection goes off the top of the net then bounced right in front. Really an unfortunate break for Middle Country, doing everything they could to clear that out, but Saunders able to collect that and score before the goaltender Bridgeford could recover. Minute to go in this first period. Kalber chases this puck in, got a piece of it, so no icing. His team working with a healthy lead in the first. Rolling puck coming on target, would not have been icing anyways, but it was picked up by a Sachem defender before it could reach Scott Loeb. Bad bounce for the Middle Country defense. It's taken down by Nicky Ress. He tries a shot from the far side, covered up quickly by Bridgeford. Lots of scoring for Sachem in this first period. A little bit of everyone getting involved. If not the goal scoring, the assists. Playmaking has worked well. Here's another shot in front, and they score. Dom Opedasano opens his tab on the varsity season. It was a shot from the point that set that all up. The face-off win came back up top. Everyone committed down low for Sachem, all behind the Middle Country defense. The initial shot was stopped by Bridgeford, but then left all alone on the doorstep. He was able to bat it home. Opedasano just 2 goals last season he took last season off. He had 2 goals back in the 22-23 season as a sophomore on the varsity squad. Season off, now he is the lone senior forward on this Sachem roster. They were able to get him back for his senior season. As the horn sounds, the end of the first for the Sachem Warriors, exactly what the doctor ordered. They score 6 times to go up healthily on the Middle Country Cougars in their varsity return. Stay tuned, we got the second period coming up here on the Long Island Sports Network. An impressive showing in the first period for the Sachem Warriors. They score 6 times, including 2 from Cameron Kalber. Kalber got 2 goals. Also joining him with 2 points, James Drago, a goal and an assist. They see 6 goals from 4 different goal scorers, 5 different goal scorers, pardon. Yes, 5 different goal scorers. Math adds up now on the second go around. They lead this one 6-0. Sachem caught in their defensive zone to start off the second period after the Middle Country Cougars get the first look. But now it's quickly moved forward by Joseph Wandling. Wandling in alone. He tries the short side. That goes off the end of the stick of the goaltender Bridgeford, out of play. Middle Country, again, they return to the varsity level. They played at the JV level last season. A few seasons off since they've had a varsity team, and they're back here at the top level. Tough go of things tonight against Sachem. Again, it's all about finding those legs at the varsity level again. Long range shot, save, rebound, score. Poked in at the back door, and it's another goal for Sachem, this time from CJ Pena. The sophomore gets his first varsity goal. As we take a look back at it, the long-range slapper was saved, but a big rebound given up by Bridgeford. It comes back out in front, and Pena able to just jam it home before Bridgeford could get on top of it. Pena had 11 goals as a freshman on the JV team last year. Now his first goal as a player on the varsity squad comes as a sophomore. Part of this youth movement, again, you mentioned it for Sachem. It'll be interesting to see how they fare against the likes of St. Anthony's and other clubs. Sachem so far so good with this young crop of talent. Pena still out there, chases this down in the corner. Gives up to Damo Pedasano. Pass looking out in front, thought better of it. Spins back, Capice, not on the same page there. Pass was behind him as he was looking to give support on the left wing. Forcing the reset here for the Warriors. Joey Capice from his own end. Working up with CJ Pena. Pena fed across, intercepted by the stick of Ian McGee. Deflected to the boards, but not clear. Opadesano over to Wilson. Wilson double team, but able to move it down low. Some heat coming there on the check applied by Sean McMillan. He's able to jar the puck free from the attacker. Now Middle Country trying to move up the right wing. Chip and chase around Capice. Chasing after it, Theodorelis. Couldn't make the most of that. Theodorelis heads back to the bench for a change. Good forechecking pressure from McGee. Forcing the issue here, but Sachem worked through it. Passed over to the right wing. Looking for some space there were the Warriors. They're able to get it back up right at the outside of the goal. Odd bounce on that puck. Weird English let it sit there for Sachem. Caden Marcus is swinging a miss on that pass attempt. Falls into the reach of Lucas McDowell. Now quickly taken forward again by Sachem. Wilson looks for space, fed over to the near side. Drago picks it up. Saucer feed across back to Peyton Wilson. Wilson tries the head fake, no room to move there. Taken away by the Cougars, they try to spring on the rush. Chasing after it is Harold Stauffer. Stauffer, the captain of this team, fires a shot blocker save from Scott Loeb. Back out in front, they score! Zach Atkinson opens the varsity campaign for the Middle Country Cougars. They're on the board. It all started there by Stauffer just sticking in there, the captain, getting that first shot on. It really handcuffed Loeb, then able to feed it through, and it just leaked back over. It comes back over here to the chasing man in Lucas McDowell, and he finds the guy that they forgot all about, Atkinson, on the near side post to slide it in. Atkinson, a senior. You love to see a senior open the tab for Middle Country. Now a discussion over here about something regarding the equipment of Stauffer. He heads to the bench to get that sorted out. But he gets the primary assist, or secondary assist rather, on the Atkinson goal. The primary helper belongs to Lucas McDowell. The first goal of the varsity season for the Middle Country Cougars, their first in a few years. Sachem looked for the immediate response, and it stays. No, it went in. The officials get together. If it stands, it's a Nikki Rest goal, pardon. And they immediately wave it off. We take a look at the replay here. It's fed across. Yeah, that stayed out. It went off the near side post, off the inside of the post and out. After discussion, the referees will bring the puck over to the near side of the offensive zone for Sachem. Break for Middle Country as they don't give up the immediate response to the Warriors, but now Sachem try to get it right back. Sent around, looking for the attacking zone pressure, Alamia. Alamia now skating backwards with it in neutral ice. Kelber gets around the defender, takes down low, passing out in front. Rest was tied up. Opadasano on the left wing. Opie spinning, looking for space, but he coughs it up. Now up the right wing, moving forward is Monkwitz. Declan Monkwitz tied up by the stick of Joey Capice. Nice work defensively there for Sachem. Now the Warriors in gold march up the ice. Alamia dumps in here. Kalber looking for some help at the point. Atkinson bats it down. Puck slows up. How about that? Weighted perfectly. No icing against Middle Country. That goes an inch more. That's nabbing the red line. But instead, play continues. Dumped down the ice by Sachem. And picked up there by Monkwitz. Odd bounce off the boards. Sean McMillan can't clear it out of there. Long feed for Middle Country, finds Sal Riccio. Riccio up the right wing, double teamed by Sachem. Alamia takes it in the corner, sends far side to clear with Pergolizzi. Helped out of there by Anthony Pergolizzi. Comes back in with Ian McGee. McGee just shoved down by Joseph Lodling. Comes forward now with Tyler Loret. Loret looking for some help in the middle. The pass goes past the intended receiver, picked up by Wandlin. It was Soriano that was also out there on the rush. Now the puck comes forward with Middle Country, flipped in by Sean McMillan. Loret, bad bounce off the boards, broke for a moment for the Cougars. McGee sends out to the middle. Good work defensively to tie up the stick of Franco. Sachem working forward. Nice dangle by Pergolizzi. Pergolizzi rips in, and his shot missed wide. Loret back down low. Scrum forward on the boards. Caught up in there for Middle Country is Schroeder. Shot in front is blocked. And now the Cougars trying to work with numbers. They got a 3-on-2 if they hurry, but back end of the shift, they need to change as that's whistled down for offside. Pleas from the bench, from the stands, trying to tell their players that they needed to tag back up, but appeal's not heard. So the mistake will lead to a face-off in neutral ice. Pardon, it comes all the way down as they rule it was an intentional touching up of the offside play. So a defensive zone face-off for the Cougars after that miscue. Opadasano in to take this draw for Sachem. He's able to win it back to Cisco. Aiden Cisco looking for some help on the far side. Directed towards the goal, some friendly fire that bounced off the stick of Pelio in front, but Birchford able to track it into his chest. 6-goal lead for Sachem, 7-1 with 8:11 to go in the second period. Face-off win in the defensive zone for the Cougars. They can't get it clear. Second effort for Jason Pesci. Again, thwarted on the far side boards by Matthew Lengel. Sachem working with it. Comes back up top to Cisco. Aided Cisco. Fed down low to Justin Horman. Up top, Lengel. Lengel's effort was deflected and then just sent wide. Up top again to Cisco. His stick is tied up. That move disrupted. Cougars able to force it backwards for a moment, but Horman touches up there, offside position for the Warriors. Sachem, a new look for the home uniforms this season. The Sachem font sprawled across the chest. The fashion of the New York Rangers very similar, but still the Golden Knights uniform base. Couldn't tell by the colors, you could tell by the jersey design. Goaltender change here for Middle Country. You thought you might see this here, as now you do have Andrew Martins in net. Martins, the senior presence here on this squad, in between goal. Going to be tested early on. The shot is missed wide by Sachem. So Martin's able to catch his legs for a little bit of time, a little bit more time here. Theodorelis unable to amount anything offensively for the Cougars. Comes back in for Sachem with Capiz. Leaves it off to Saunders. He couldn't arrive to that puck in time. Middle Country cannot clear. Capiz has it poked away from him. Now the reset with Drago. James Drago on the right side. Swoops down low, looking out in front, swing and a miss. Comes back up top. Alamia sends around the dasher. Advances further along to the left wing. Capiz, deflection try. Marcus got a piece of it. It just bounces off the pads of Martins. That's his first save of the contest, as Sachem recollects in their own end with Capiz. Drago tried to pass off the defender. That didn't pan out. McMillan feeds down, and that is an icing call. Mentioned this is the final of the 3 games here on this sheet of ice, but the sound of the Zamboni machine behind us indicates that the JV and developmental slate has concluded on the other rink. We'll get you a final result from those games. I'll read through those in a few moments as results are being finalized. Middle Country take this puck on the rush. This one worked in. Trying for a look in was Atkinson. He has the lone goal of the game so far for Middle Country, but instead it comes forward with Nicky Ress. His shot is wide. Race for the loose puck. Dominic Opadesano wins it for Sachem. He wheels around, looks up the left side. Now he takes the middle. Opadesano has it poked away, but support coming from the blue line and Wilson. Peyton Wilson back along the board, spinning around Kalberer. Looking out in front, there's a shot from Kalberer, save, rebound spilled. Trying to clear, but it only gets as far at the blue line. Now poked away by Middle Country. They flip up and over the glass, out of play. And the face-off, first initial signal is here, it's here on neutral ice. Sachem win the draw. They control it here in their own end. Trying to just wear down this defense, buy some time, but that's intercepted by Franco on the attempted move up the near side. He sends a long-range effort wide of the target. Now Sachem can move. They've got to develop in 3-on-2. Trying to feed one on across the far side was Chris Soriano. Couldn't find any shooting space. Aiden Cisco in his own end for Sachem. Working with Franco close behind. Cisco, a slow cross-ice feed, connects with Chris Soriano. Soriano has his stick tied up. Sachem has 3 men committed behind the goal crease. Now it comes free. Up top, Lengel. Lengel fires a shot that trickled through everyone and wide. He has 1 assist tonight on a deflection in front. Lengel picks up in his own end. Nice move from Matthew Lengel. Lengel backhand pass out in front. No shooting space there. Good pivot over by Martins. Danger again, a backhander snared by Martins. As promised, here's a look at the other games around the Suffolk County High School Hockey League at all the levels here tonight. KPC, their gold developmental team, got a win over their rival gold side of Connecticut Sayville, that by the score of 10-3. Saw a little bit earlier here an 11-3 win for East Islip's red freshman team over Southampton in their Suffolk County High School Hockey League debut. This puck sent in on the near side, held up. A sharp angle shot, that from McMillan, covered by Scott Loeb. Continue that look at the other games that have concluded here tonight. A 4-2 win for Ward Melville's JV team over Patchogue Medford at a competitive contest. Came down to the wire. A late goal for Ward Melville, able to seal it. There's a chance at the other end. Another glove save from Andrew Martins. And looking back at the box score there, actually 3 unanswered goals for Ward Melville to seal that win. 2 by Brett Spires, and then Jake Inklin, the insurance goal late. 2 power play goals by Spires, leading that come-from-behind effort. The other JV contest, a 9-1 win for the defending champion Smithtown Hauppauge Bulls over West Islip. The other varsity game here tonight, St. Anthony's with a 9-4 win over East Islip. And the game going on right now, a 7-1 lead for Sachem over Middle Country in their return to the varsity level. Capice buys himself some time here on the left wing. Feeds down low to Calbert. Fed up top. Alamia fires a shot that hits some friendly fire out in front. CJ Pena inadvertently got in the way. Comes down to Inacone for Middle Country. That dump in took a tip. Forces Alamia to play it on the far side. Calberer picks it up in his own end. Cameron Calberer waiting for some space, swoops to the left. Moves inside on his backhand. Feeds across, what a pass, and that shot just goes off the outside of the net. Another look for CJ Pena. Has got 1 goal tonight, but he could have several more. Pena fires again, a rebound fired by Marcus off the post. Sachem swarming, Capice rips one into the glove of Andrew Martins. He's not allowed a goal since coming into this game, and Martins has stood tall. He previewed the game, said he could be the starter. It was a tough go of things for junior Kenny Bridgeford. But even with the move up in competition, Martins has looked really strong, really confident, and well-rounded in goal. Could be tested here. Lorette fires. He pings the pipe. Another shot off the iron for Sachem in the second period. But again, not much shooting space up against Andrew Martins, positioned well in the crease. Lorette moves to the far side. Some space for Drago. With speed, he moves in. Drago feeds across. The one-time effort is wide. That from Saunders near side. Saunders trying to drive the middle with Marcus there. Marcus had his stick tied up. Now it's moved free down the ice. Schroeder sends one on goal, easily stopped by Scott Loeb. Under a minute to go in the second period. Still that 6-goal lead for Sachem. Defensive zone win for the Warriors. As this puck moved inside after the dump in from Cameron Calberer. Picked up there in the attacking end. Nicky Ress pivoting along. Onto the corner for Middle Country. Trying to work it out of there, TJ Pelio. With some help from his teammate in Zach Atkinson, it's moved forward. Dumped in by Ian McGee. Rest to it first for Sachem. Pivots a long, turned over. Granahan down low, can't get it out in front. And now Sachem with numbers. Working in. There's a back pass. That was a clever play, but the swing and a miss on the one-time attempt from Calberer. They discuss it as Open Asano has his hands on his head. He can't believe that the sure-handed Calberer couldn't convert on that. But the flawless record so far for Martins stays intact. The deficit's still 6 for Middle Country after 2 on the Long Island Sports Network. Bring it back here one final time to the rinks in Hauppauge, New York. Third and final period of regulation between the Sachem Warriors and Middle Country Cougars. 7-1 lead for Sachem after 2 full. But that second period, much better for Middle Country as they immediately threaten out of the gates. Anna Cohen has a chance out in front, directed it wide. After going down 6-0 after the first, Sachem held to 1 goal in the second period. Pergolizzi has a chance here, but fires it high and wide. Ever since coming into the game, Andrew Martins has not allowed a goal. Meanwhile, Middle Country got their first goal of the season in their return to the varsity level. Scored by Zach Atkinson. Swarming the goal and getting one past Scott Loeb. There's a chance in for Sachem with Chris Soriano. That one shot right into the middle of Martin's big presence in goal. Take a look ahead for each of these teams and what their next game has in store at the next whistle, but I already highlighted Sachem's next test. It'll be an interesting one. We'll talk about it more with the next break as Olamia looking for a lane into the middle, quickly shoved down. No more go on that rush, said Sean McMillan. Stays in with the effort of CJ Pena right at the blue line, fighting to keep the attack alive. Justin Horman feeds across to the far side, has it back. Horman collects, fights off the stick check. Lost possession of it as he picks it back up on the boards. Calberer looking for some space up against the checker. Moved along to the near side corner. CJ Pena on it now for Sachem. Back up top to Alamia. His shot takes a tip right in front. A big knock away from Catapano in front for Middle Country. Alamia looking to the right wing, finds Calberer. Cam Calberer missed his pass, but Alamia is there for support. Alamia bouncing puck comes to Pena, but he didn't realize it in time to fire a shot. Cougars able to work this clear. Tail end of the shift, but still moved in by Ian McGee. McGee working wide. Tied up, knocked down, legal play. We keep going. Head of steam. Down the ice for Capice. Joey Capice shrugs off the stick lift. Holds it in here as Sachem changes. Doesn't work for long as it's knocked out by the Cougars. Cisco holds up in his own end. Finds the help of Cam Kalber, who's sticking out there. Kalber gives it up to Drago. Drago on the right wing. Drags across, looking for the trailer. Just ahead of that effort was Chase Saunders, who could have had a tap in. It's directed on goal by Middle Country. It's covered up by Loeb, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage with 11:58 to go. Sachem next up faces East Islip, coming off the heels of a tough loss just a few moments ago to St. Anthony's. You know, the defending state champions are going to want to get that one back, try to level up their record in their second game of the season. It'll be a tough test for Sachem to try to move, in all likelihood, to 2-0. Meanwhile, for Middle Country, their next game is against Ward Melville. That's coming up next week on Wednesday the 25th. A little bit earlier start time, puck drop at 7:50 tentatively, as this is icing against the Cougars. Meanwhile, of course, for Sachem, their next game, have to wait a while, week and a half, Sunday the 29th. Puck drop for that one also at 7:50. But the season now in full swing here at the rinks in Hauppauge for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. And of course, every game streamed live on the Long Island Sports Network. We'll give you the next slate of action, which is coming up on Friday. Tease that for you here when we get an opportunity, as Matthew Langell has it in his own zone. Langell forcing the move on the near side. Saunders swoops in, holds up, sends towards goal. That goes off the skate of his own man, Marcus. Cisco reaches out, holds that one in. Tripped down, no call. Fed over to James Drago. Drago rips one again. Nice save from Martins. So next Friday, should say this upcoming Friday, got 3 games on tap. Pair of freshman games between Kings Park Comac Black and Longwood. The first game for Longwood's teams. That's their white freshman team that's getting action. Also in the freshman level, Middle Country's freshman team taking on the Smith-Tog Hauppauge Bulls, their red side. Round that slate out with the latest puck drop you can get here. A 10-10 start between Connecticut Sayville and St. Anthony's Black JV teams. Opedisano drives inside, looks to the back post, and scores. They finally get through Andrew Martins. Opedisano, his second goal of the game. Figured it would have been something like that, a breakaway, a rush to finally break through Martins. Opedisano got behind, snuck through the defense, and got the goaltender to commit on the near side post. That back post wide open, and Opedisano, no mistake of potting it in. Back to a 7-goal lead for Sachem. It's 8-1. As we continue our look ahead for this weekend. Saturday, 3 more games on the slate. Developmental freshman hockey as West Islip Gold developmental team takes on Longwood's Green DV team. That at 6:30 to start. Then at the freshman levels, Connecticut Sayville's freshman team and Smithtown Hauppauge's blue freshman squad. Rounding out the night, Eastport South Manor and Sachem. Their freshman teams do battle. Rounding out the weekend with JV and varsity action on Sunday. Just a 2-game slate. Smithtown Hauppauge and Longwood, their JV teams, set to tangle. Last game of the weekend is West Islip and Smithtown Hauppauge, the defending Suffolk County champions, back in action. Sachem threatening yet again, but Martins flexes out the pad, denying the look of Cameron Kalber. Kalberer looking for his hat trick, already 2 goals tonight. Bouncing puck picked up by Kalberer. Drags in, runs out of room. Nice defensive stick positioning by Schroeder, but it finds its way in on the second effort. Kalberer does get his hat trick through some nice determination. See, Kalberer was sealed off by the stick of Schroeder. Take around to that from near to far, and fed around actually, so it's Opedasano that gets the hat trick. Did not see that pass on the back end. But a nice heads-up play by Kalberer. Instead of seeking the glory for himself, instead passes it up to Opedasano, who had the much, much clearer look. He gets his hat trick, an assist for Kalberer. Another point for him regardless. Brings the lead to 8 for Sachem. With that, we now have a running clock. Unless Middle Country is able to score to get the deficit back within 8. Wandling crashing the crease. Ran out of space quite literally as he takes the net off of its pegs. Got a little bit too close in on Andrew Martins. Officials reset the net behind the Middle Country goaltender. He's had a really solid showing. Some grade A stops on the Sachem Warriors. Siriano in to take this face-off for Sachem. Had to follow through against Ian McGee, but did win the draw. Batted in by the Warriors, comes behind the goal. Fed around by the defensive stick of TJ Pelia. Flipped up high, batted down legally so by the Middle Country Cougars. They go on the rush. Just swiped away from the stick of the attacker in Sean McMillan. Had a great chance there, but the defensive efforts of Sachem pay off. Deny the rush for a moment. Here's a chance, shot down in close by Scott Loeb. The puck was turned over by Sachem, trying to just force it out quickly. Middle Country, props to them. It's a risk you take, especially against a Sachem team like this one, leaving so many skaters in the attacking end when you give up possession, but it almost paid off that time. They do get a shot off, but Loeb up to the task. It's interesting with Loeb last season, in his 6 games, with that GAA below 2, he did not record a shutout. It was extremely consistent stuff. He would not give up more than 2 goals a game. As here comes Kalberer looking for his hat trick and lost it. Able to get it back and fired off the outside of the goal. But for Loeb, that consistency kind of showing through again here. Won't get the whitewash, but so far so good. He'll allow just the 1 goal if he's able to keep the puck out of the back of his net for the final 6 minutes. McMillan feeds to the far side, trying to clear past Aiden Cisco. No luck there. Kept in. Horman, a shot, one-timer on the back end, the rebound score. This time it is a hat trick for Cameron Kalberer. Kalberer able to get his 3rd goal of the night. Horman forced the turnover. The quick slapper got the save, but then the juicy rebound right there to Kalberer. No mistake, sending it into the back of the net. No question about that one for Kalberer. It is his 3rd goal of the night. And it's a 10 spot for the Sachem Warriors. They lead it 10-1. Puck comes right through to Marcus. He couldn't get a really heavy shot off, and it's picked up by the netminder. Perhaps I might have miscalculated goals in my head. They've given Kalberer credit for 4, but they do not have the 2nd goal on the board for Opedasano. So for the moment, give Kalberer 3 goals and an assist. And for Opedasano, 2 goals, 2 assists. Those 2 leading the charge on offense for Sachem. and a dominant showing here tonight. Cone trying to hold this in for Middle Country and try to work something up those far side boards. Unable to do anything there. Pass sent right into the fray to Drago. No shot coming from number 7 in gold, and directed clear by the Cougars. Cone up the far side, dumps this in, the D unit changing for the blue and red. Held in at the blue line, long shot, deflected before it reached Loeb. Now he covers up. Hasn't been a whole ton of work for Loeb tonight, but that's not to say he's had an easy night. Some really good looks on goal for Middle Country. Just more often than not, Loeb able to come up with the saves when he's been called upon. His effort's a large part as to why Sachem's had such a dominant showing. Just the one goal for Middle Country despite some good efforts. So Pedisano brings it in again. He feeds across to the back post, then they score. Nicky rests the tip in, the clever heads-up play on the pass from Opedisano. Now he's just really flexing his muscles as a true playmaker is Dominic Opedisano. Just dangled on the forehand, waited for rest to get past the back checker and Roman Franco. Franco wasn't able to get his stick down to deflect the pass away. So Rest able to fire it in. One of the few returners here at the varsity level for the Sachem Warriors. He was a junior, utilizing his speed there. Got some reps as a sophomore with the team last year. Trying to capture his form that he had as a freshman back 2 seasons ago on the JV squad where he had 11 goals. Didn't really have that same kind of success with the varsity team last year. Did get 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists in his action, but now moving up the line chart, getting more ice time and trying to use that time to his advantage and let himself shine. Opedisano tipping over to Calberer. A nice pad stop from Martins, flexing it out. And now a chance to move forward for Middle Country. McMillan into the corner here. Sean McMillan trying to find some space to work for the Middle Country team, but it's forced away instead. Calberer moves inside. Calberer dangles in. Pad stop from Andrew Martins. Another nice save for him. He'll add that to the highlight reel as this effort fed over to Calberer. The tip in goes wide. Nicky rests, occupies the point, hands down low to Joey Capiz. Capiz wraps it around as we near the final minute. Capiz to Calberer. Calberer rips one in front, looking for the tip in from Reese again. Nicky Rest was unable to get enough on that redirect. Bouncing puck rolls down the ice. Batted there by Middle Country. Under a minute officially now with the running clock. Long range pass finds Calberer for a moment. Now Opedisano moved into the backside. Nice save by the goaltender in Martins. Slams that back door and adds another exclamation point on what's been a fantastic night. Outstanding ability of these forwards. Another puck there, just sealed to that far side post and showcasing the flexibility. Andrew Martins flexes out the pad and somehow presses his skate up to the puck and keeps it out of the net. And that is going to be all she wrote for this one as the Sachem Warriors get a resounding win on their opening night matchup against the Middle Country Cougars. Busy night here at the rinks in Hauppauge finally wraps up with the Sachem Warriors moving to 1-0, really reading the return of the Middle Country Cougars to the varsity squad. Be more action here at the rinks throughout the weekend here on the Long Island Sports Network. Be sure to stay tuned to our social media platforms for a schedule whenever you want to tune in here to this action in the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. But until then, my name is Ian Binky. We'll see you next time. Take care and have a good one.